Hello and welcome back to another episode of What's Inside. Today we're looking at Cthulhu Wars Cosmic Terrors. As you can see, there's some big minis in here, and they're pretty cool looking. This one has 3 loyalty cards and 3 figures: the Dole, the Great Race of Yith, and Cthulhu Mythos. I'm sure I butchered that one. This one is put out by Petersen Games. Retails for about 25 bucks, supposedly, and ages 14 and up. If you can find this for 25 bucks, grab it while you can, because most likely you're going to be paying a lot more. Now, this box got a little dinged up in shipping, probably on its way from the slow boat from China. So let's open this up and check it out, see if the minis were hurt. I don't think they were, but we'll take a look here. Cthulhu Wars is a lot of fun if you haven't played it. I highly recommend it. It's sort of like a risk game and a strategy type. And these offer a lot of new things, new features to the game. See if I can do this without damaging this any more than it is. Oh yeah, pops right open. So let's take a look at our stuff here. There's the minis, and let me get the cards out. Alright. We'll go over the cards first. Now these cards are all labeled Terror, or Terrors. Terrors are summoned like monsters with a summon terror action, requiring a controlled gate. They are equal to monsters in their ability to capture cultists. That is, monsters can protect cultists against terrors and vice versa. And Great Old Ones can still capture a cultist protected by a terror. However, being a separate unit type, they are not vulnerable to abilities which specifically target monsters. You may purchase a Terror's loyalty card during the Doom phase. You may purchase only 1 loyalty card per Doom phase, so you may not gain a neutral monster in the same Doom phase as a Terror. When it is your turn to perform a Ritual of Annihilation, simply sacrifice 2 Doom points and 2 power. You may still perform a ritual if you wish. When you spend the power in Doom, choose a Terror loyalty card and place it by your faction card, placing the figure on the map as instructed. Once you earn a Terror loyalty card, keep it for the rest of the game. From then on, only you may summon and control that Terror. Alright, so we'll start with the Dole. Pay 2 Doom and 2 power to obtain this loyalty card, then place the Dole at your controlled gate. Cost 4, combat 5. Planetary Destruction, post-battle. If the Dole is killed or eliminated in battle, earn 2 Elder Signs. In addition, your opponent earns 2 Doom or 2 power. Your choice. The Great Race of Yith. Pay 2 Doom and 2 power to obtain this loyalty card, then place the Great Race of Yith at your controlled gate. Cost 4, combat 3. Possession, ongoing, and gather power phase. If your Great Race of Yith is in your area, you can capture an enemy cultist regardless of the presence of enemy monsters, terrors, or Great Old Ones, or whether Windwalker's Ferox ability is in effect. In addition, if the Great Race of Yith is in play during the Gather Power phase, earn 1 power per captured cultist in addition to your normal reward of 1 power. Cthulhu Mythos. Pay 2 Doom and 2 power to obtain this loyalty card, then place Cthulhu Mythos at your controlled gate. Cost 4, combat 1. Dust to Dust, post-battle. If an enemy unit is killed or eliminated in a battle involving Cthulhu Mythos, the owner must choose one of the following options. 1. Select one of his lost units to be permanently removed from the game. 2. You receive an Elder Sign. That could be really vicious with cultists especially. So, that's the cards. Let me zoom in and we'll look at the minis. Alright, so here we have the Dole. This is a real hefty mini. It's real big, lots of detailing. Much like the bowl, looks very much like a sandworm from Dune, but predates Dune by a significant amount of time. So real creepy looking creature, almost like serpentine in a way. So less wormy, more snaky. But you can tell that there's a seam here. It's not real visible unless you're actually kind of looking for it, or the shadows are just right. I've got lighting so you can kind of see it here on the video. So there's a seam there, and there's one at the base, obviously, where the main piece is connected. One here, one here, and then where it's connected to the main base. So the seams are a little noticeable, but I think if you painted it right, you won't be able to see it. And it's not that noticeable when you're playing, because when you have it sitting down, you can kind of see it on this side, but not really so much on this side. So it's not super noticeable. It's a minor flaw that I think only really retentive people are going to complain about, because it is such a cool looking monster. I mean, if this was a real thing, you'd be hiding in your bed under your sheets every day. So it's a real cool mini. Real hefty too, so it's a nice size mini as well. So it's the biggest one of the three. So here we have the great race of Yith, and also really well done. Looks very much like the creature in the role-playing game. So he's got a mounted weapon of some kind here. Which looks kind of Eldar-ish if you played 40k back in the day. But yeah, real freaky looking creature. His head's up here, and he's got all the tentacles and everything. Very highly detailed. You can see all the little grooves in his flesh and all that. So very detailed. The eyes look really cool up here. So another nice mini. And then Quetzalcoatlus, real creepy looking. Has that skeletal look, his arms out, and like this shroud type mist encircling him. Or her, I'm not sure, I think it's a dude. So yeah, real freaky looking mini. Really well done. These are very nicely crafted, just like all Petersen stuff. Highly detailed. If you're real into painting minis, these are real good ones because they have lots of little nooks and crannies to challenge you. This one's got all these little porous spots on that are like part of the mist or shroud that surrounds them. So good luck painting those. You have to be pretty good to really nail that. But yeah, there's all these swirls and cracks in his cloak. That look really awesome. The arms, I'd be a little worried might come off if you're not careful, because those are just glued on. So try not to drop this guy, because those probably come off. Those are separate pieces, and rightfully so, because if it was one solid piece and you dropped it, it would just shatter. Whereas here, at least it'll come off at the glue spot most likely, and you'll be able to reattach it. But that's the only thing I'd really worry about with this one. With Yith, I think the gun thing on his shoulder, see this piece has a seam here. So this is one piece, and there's a seam behind it, and the gun itself is a separate piece. Those would probably be able to come off, but I don't think it'll be a big deal. These are more flexible. These are very thin because they're arms. So I'd be a little hesitant to get this in some rough play, but you really shouldn't be playing rough with these anyway because they're fairly expensive. So that is the Cthulhu Wars Cosmic Terror box. These are really big miniatures, very nice quality like always. Highly recommend them. They make really cool display pieces if nothing else. If you're not playing Cthulhu Wars, these are really cool. I mean, this is 25mm is about this big, so this is probably about the 75mm, maybe 100. I think 75 is probably about right. So they're nice big minis. They look really cool on display, and they'd make a cool addition to anybody's Cthulhu collection, especially if you are playing Cthulhu Wars. And if you had them painted up, they would look really awesome. But that'll do it for this episode. We've seen what's in the box, and yeah, that's pretty much everything. That's the goal here. I recommend these as always. Petersen does good stuff. But that'll do it for this episode. As always, thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting the channel, and we hope to see you on the next episode of What's Inside.